Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans! Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and I'm here rocking and rolling with my guest today. Introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
What's up, guys? Kayda Cyn here, live from New York. I'm an independent wrestler. Glad to be here.
Kayda Cyn awesome.
Live
I don't know why my thing's double in it.
I'm an independent wrestler.
Wait. What are we doing? Wait.
Glad to be here.
Awesome.
Live
I don't know why my thing's double in it.
I'm an independent wrestler.
What are we doing? Wait.
Glad to be here.
Awesome. So what made you get into the professional wrestling business?
So a friend of mine, when I was real little, introduced me to wrestling for the first time, and I was hooked from the first match I ever watched. I didn't really know if it was going to happen for me until I got older, but once I got a little bit older, early 20s, I tried it for the first time, and there's nothing like it.
Awesome. So what was the first match you ever saw?
First match I ever saw was Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, 60-minute Iron Man match.
Ooh, that got you hooked, didn't it?
Oh, it got me hooked.
Who were you really going for in that match?
I was rooting for Shawn Michaels.
Oh, you're part of the Heartbreak groups. Okay.
Yep.
Since the beginning of Shawn, or did you just learn about Shawn during that Iron Man match?
So it's the first time I had ever seen professional wrestling in my life. I didn't know either Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels at the time, but I fell in love with Shawn Michaels watching.
Oh, okay. So after that match, did you totally feel like, oh my God, this is something I could definitely try to get into?
Oh, yeah. I was a nonstop fan after that. I watched everything.
Oh, wow. So you were hooked from the Iron Man match. You were just like, that was in. That was you're in. Did you ever get a chance to go to any live shows?
I actually did, yeah. I went to a few WWE house shows when they were in New York.
Do you remember the shows that you went to?
I do remember a couple. I got to see Kane versus Ric Flair. This might be a hot take, but I got to see Benoit versus Triple H.
Me too. I saw that in the guard WrestleMania 20. I jokingly now say it was a mystery man versus Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. And Triple H somehow fell on the ground and he made himself bleed. And then Shawn Michaels bled too. It was just a weird situation. They butted heads and some mystery guy won the World Heavyweight title that night. We all saw them beat each other up. The mystery man, I don't know. We'll never know.
We'll never know
what happened that night because they bumped heads and they started bleeding and the streamers went off for somebody in the ring. The belt was in the air, right? I don't even know who that was. Awesome. So when did you start your wrestling journey? Who trained you?
So I started off in my early 20s. I found out that there was actually someone right here in town that had their own wrestling ring, and I had to go over and check it out. The first person I trained with was an independent wrestler by the name of Chameleon. He's since retired, and I guess he lives in Vegas now. No longer wrestles, but I've kind of been back and forth with it since then. A few years later, I joined a promotion in Rochester, which is about an hour from where I live now, and I was trained by, oddly enough, another independent wrestler who is now retired due to injury, by the name of Mark House. He had been everywhere. Over the last 2 years, though, I've been training with H.C. Loke, who is a former ECW legend, and I've trained with Ground Zero, again up in Rochester, with former WWE Colin Delaney and a bunch of other great coaches up there.
Awesome. So what does it feel like to be wrestling in upstate New York? Is it do you find it easier or harder to promote yourself being from the upstates of New York?
I feel like it's hard to get out of the bubble that's created when you start wrestling in upstate New York, because everything's more difficult here. What with the sports commission and all the rules that they set for promoters and like running shows and all that, I feel like it's hard to kind of push yourself out of the bubble to really start working other places.
So who have you wrestled in the upstate areas?
By name, I've wrestled Mike Skyros. He's kind of been a little bit of everywhere. Man by the name of Matic. I've been in the ring with CXR member Chael Connors, Ava Everett.
I know Ava.
Yep, Christina Marie. Yep, courageous.
Yes, totally remember her because she came on the podcast. And actually, back in the day, that was the saddest moment of the podcast, that when she came on, because she came on and she told the story about her mom that passed away of cancer, and like I started getting teary eyed too. I was like, I had to do the whole wipey of the eyes between the lenses. So I was like, ooh, she made me cry. My former co-host started crying. We were like, hold on, guys, pause. Woo.
Hold on, give us a minute.
Yeah, we need tissues. Tissue stat. Like, we're not sponsored. Give me some tissues. Like, yeah. There's some awesome wrestlers in upstate New York that that sometimes never get. You can't see my hands. I was trying to like do this. Like, that never get like the oomph. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard sometimes out there.
Yeah, I've been told that there's not a lot of scouting in New York anymore, unless you're next to like WWE headquarters. So it can be tough.
Is there any I speak English, I swear. Is there any indie promotions that, if my fans are from like the Pennsylvania area, like near the tri-state, kind of like where I am, or like groups that they don't know about, that they should like try to find and look on the internet to go to?
So Empire State Wrestling is one that runs in New York and Pennsylvania. They have a spin-off, kind of like a secondary project they call Keystone, that they do in PA. They're a really good promotion. Brett, the promoter that runs it, he's fantastic. I've had an opportunity to perform there a couple of times. That's one that they should definitely check out.
Awesome. Like, where did you get your inspiration for your gear?
So essentially, the inspiration for my gear comes from just, my real life. So I kept with the color palette. So that's what I really wanted. I'm all about love and everybody being able to really express themselves. So I wanted gear that kind of matched that personality.
Joe Henry has arrived.
Joe Henry is in the chat.
Yes, I told you. I say his name. He's here. Henry, I got worried. I said your name last week during Ghost Head Nerd Talk, and you didn't come. I was like, maybe he got lost his keys. His computer could have died. Like, he didn't hear me. He was like, no, I can't go. Like, awesome. Like, I love when wrestlers have like their certain gear, and it's like, yeah, I just love it. I love seeing all these different outfits and stuff. Like, did you like make your gear, or did somebody else like buy it or create it for you?
So I have someone that I know personally that does all kinds of graphic design, and I reached out to them to make the overall design of the gear, letting them know like basically what I wanted, and kind of giving them free creative reign. By the way, shout out to TJ Graphics if you want to get on that. He's an amazing graphic designer. I recently just had him do another graphic design for some new gear that I plan on making as well.
Awesome. You got a person in the chat and say what's going on.
Yeah. Hello, Kayda. How traveling for hours to do a show? Traveling for hours. Oof. It can be rough, but it's a necessary part of being an independent wrestler. If you want to get yourself out there, you gotta do the road time.
I guess you would say, like, what would be the farthest you've ever traveled for a show?
I went down to Florida a few months ago. From New York, it's like an 18-hour drive if you drive straight through.
So you like, did you stop at the rest stops to go to sleep, or like I know you have to stop to go to the bathroom, but like, do you like if you get tired, do you like stop at and go back at the gas station, just lounge back and fall asleep?
So I was fortunate enough that it wasn't just myself in the car. It was me and a couple of the other people that I know from the local area. We all drove down there together. So we kind of took shifts and we would stop to use the restroom or whatever.
So on that fun family ride to Florida, what kind of food did you guys have in the car, or did you like stop at any rest stops, or like what was that stop that you're like, oh man, we got to go back again when we're going back to Florida?
We stopped at a few different places. We mainly brought just like travel snacks. We had a bunch of those little Uncrustable sandwiches or whatever, like a cooler full of them. We had all kinds of beef jerky and crackers and drinks and everything. But we stopped mainly at like Buc-ee's or
Lucky.
Yep. Places like that.
I said this and I'll say this forever. Buc-ee's. You saw a little slip in the intro with Bucky in one of the girls' sweatshirts. Mia Friday. Definitely have to check her out. She's a Spitfire from the Texas area. That girl needs to come to upstate New York. You versus Mia Friday. Her tights look like the Ultimate Warrior sneezed. Like the streamers, different color streamers. It's so. You'd be like, Mia, can I get a hint? Girl, can you get me you get me your guy or girl? Because it's like, swear, it looks like Ultimate Warrior sneezed and hey, thank you. like
that's
looks
fantastic.
like he went to the Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Taylor, because it's streamers. Her tights are just like Bailey when she first started with streamer tights.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like, streamer tights.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Sometimes it's rainbow. She has blue with pink, and oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Are there any like wrestlers that you've been watching on the scene, like male or female, that you really, really want to like work with?
Yeah, actually, there's another lady in the area. Her name is Delmi Exo. I've been wanting to get in the ring with her, so that's definitely a match that I want to happen.
I know of Delmi Exo. The other one I want to see wrestle is Danny Moe.
I've heard of Danny Moe as well.
That smile, it's like a time warp. We look into her smile, it's like the match is already over. It's like looking into one of the little kids at the spiral thing. You look at Danny Moe's white teeth, and it's just like, it's over. What happened? It's like
I just recently went to a Game Changer wrestling show and got to watch Megan Bain perform. So that would be on my bucket list for opponents as well.
Yeah, Megan Bain is crazy. Oh
yeah.
My gosh. And Mother Endless. Have you ever encountered her yet?
I haven't.
Oh, Mother Endless is scary. She's like if Kane and Undertaker put DNA in a little spool and they put it in a machine to make a baby, Mother Endless would come out.
Oh wow.
The pointy mask, the long hair, the scary mask, and the voice like a scary AI. like the word that you would say when you're trying to get somebody to do something. You can't, like, my phone might have an Apple, so if I say the eerie word, she may pop up. like that. Her voice is like a creepy nursery rhyme kind of scary voice. So she talks like this. And she's very scary.
Okay.
Yes, she's like the scary. Like, I think you probably noticed this on the indie scene, like the smaller scenes. Do you ever notice that, like, on the smaller indie scenes, they had all these creepy wrestlers all in one show?
Yep.
Like, I went to a show in Mayfield, PA last weekend with my dad, and they had me do backstage interviewing. And Lucius Crowe is like one of the big promoters, and his character's scary. And they have a tag team that was like gothic. One has white eye, the other one has regular eye. Oh no, you're okay. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. You can write your questions. I love. Am I right? Don't you like when people ask you
Oh,
questions?
absolutely.
It just want to feel like me and my guests are just sitting there and listening to talking to each other. I like having an audience that talks, But yeah, I was like, this is like the island of goths. So it's like 3 or 4 goth guys on one roster and one hippie. There's one guy you should definitely wrestle. Look him up. He's called the Dude.
The Dude.
Yeah, the Dude. And it looks like he got spit out of the 60s. He wears those big baggy pants with the brown vest. And oh my God. And he has that voice. He's like, wow, man. Like, couldn't resist. I had to ask him. Well, here we go. Boom.
Number 1 dream opponent, and 2, who is your favorite riding person?
Okay.
So,
yeah, I like that.
As far as number 1 dream opponent, if I could wrestle anybody, independent, on TV, anybody, it would be Sol Roca.
Ooh.
I love watching her in the ring, and I would kill for an opportunity to get in there with her.
Okay.
As far as my favorite riding person, I have one of the local guys that I occasionally go to shows with. His name is Chael, and he's the funniest person. So I would say, yeah, Chael Connors.
Okay.
And I would say by far he's the best person to be in a car with to go on a long road trip, just because he's so funny.
Okay. So here we go. I got another one, because you're always in the car with your friends and everything. And I love music. 80s, 90s, baby, right here. What is your playlist on Spotify?
My playlist is full of a lot of like new metal, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Korn, and throw in some 90s, early 2000s rap and hip hop.
Ooh. So who is that rap person that you have in the playlist?
I mean, Eminem's the biggest one, but
okay.
I like a little bit of everything.
I was just at the bowling alley, and the song that I had to put on the playlist from the 90s was Die in Your Arms Tonight. Like, I was like, I'm not going to sing it. My sister, where are you, Sassy? We need you to sing. Stat! Like,
can't go wrong with the classics.
And also another song from the 2000s. A lot of people didn't know this song. They did. They only because they have a friend that's like urban or whatever. Candy Rain. That was the other song that I like. I had to play because like my class in the 2000s, the teacher didn't tell us till we left that their son was in the band. I'm like, we all like graduating, going, we all could have got autographs when the song first came out. Great, thanks. Here we go. You said you put snacks in the car. Like, what is that snacks? What are the snacks?
We had a bunch of stuff when we went on the road trip to Florida. Usually I don't bring that kind of stuff if I'm only doing like a 3 or 4 hour trip, one way. Usually it's just like water or whatever, but we had all kinds of stuff going down there. Gushers, Skittles. I'm trying to remember. This was a couple of months ago, so I'm not sure what else we had in there. Like I said, we had those like peanut butter stuffed crackers and like the cheese stuffed crackers. We had the Uncrustable sandwiches and stuff. Chips, I think. Just a variety. Since there was 3 of us, everyone likes kind of a little bit of something different.
Awesome. So you have any fun stories from the ring?
From the ring?
Yeah.
Oh man. I have a lot of stories from my time in the ring, but I was wrestling with a good friend of mine, and I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to put him on the spot, but he has a tendency to get really worked up. The adrenaline, you're sweating, it's hot, you're putting in the work. He has a tendency to go under the ring, under the apron, and throw up.
Oh no.
Yeah, pretty much every match.
Oh, that poor ring crew. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Remember Dudes at Ringside, that's the same as the podcast, and that technically the nickname for my fans is the Ringside Crew. Damn, Ringside Crew, you guys got to deal with a lot of crap. Literally vomit and crap. Like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Well,
like, yeah.
I mean, we're all independent wrestlers, so we all do ring crew and stuff like that too. So usually he's the one that cleans it up after the show.
Better. Poor you and poor the rest of the crew that has
Yeah.
to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like 11, like 12 o'clock, maybe even later, 12:30, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
the ring's already down, and there's that big Delaware River of vomit underneath the apron. And you guys are like, don't step here, right?
Yeah.
Where I stepped to grab the freaking apron. Ass. Yep. like I don't want to make this a touchy question, but do you find it difficult or hard to promote yourself at being a gay or trans wrestler in this world of wrestling these days?
I don't know if I would say it's difficult to promote myself. It's pretty blatantly obvious because I don't hide it, the fact that I'm trans, but I just promote myself as a female independent wrestler. I don't really go out of my way to be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm trans before I work for you, just so you know.
Okay. I just feel like I asked that question because I didn't want to hit with the wrong, feel maybe weird.
Oh,
but I've worked with a lot of different people within wrestling, and I worked with a lot of gay and lesbian and also trans wrestlers, and I love everybody. As I said before, Dudes at Ringside appreciates everybody within the world of the GLBTQ community. And I said wrestling, as I got the sticker from Deep South, free for all. Wrestling is for everybody. It's not just for one side of the group or the other side of the wheel. Wrestling's for everybody.
Absolutely.
So if this makes it on the clip on StreamYard, hashtag wrestling is for everybody.
Wrestling is for everybody.
One side or the other. Not trying to make this political statement. It sounded like Obama. Not trying to make a political statement, but wrestling's for everybody. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
But yes. So I said I appreciate everybody. Yes. Oh, we got one more. Boom. Here we go.
As an inspiring indie ref, what is the farthest in a car alone you would travel? See, in a car by myself.
Yikes.
The longest drive I've done so far was 5.5 hours.
Wow.
Yep. And that was just one way.
Oh. Did you have to get out and stretch your knees? Because, you're wrestlers. You're moving around.
No, I did it in one shot. I'm pretty used to doing 4.5 hour drives, so 5.5 wasn't really that much more of a stretch.
Okay. Did you have to get a case of water in the car because you were by yourself?
Oh yeah, I always have this 64-ounce thermos of water that I take everywhere with me.
Yeah, that's always a must because you don't want to get tired or dehydrated and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Before we go, if my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
So I am all over the place. You guys can follow me at Kayda Cyn Newberry on Facebook. You can follow me at Kayda Cyn on Instagram, and you can follow me at Kayda Cyn Newberry on TikTok.
Okay. Is there anywhere my fans can pick up any of your merch?
So unfortunately, I don't have any of my merch online yet. You'd have to come to an event that I'm going to be at in order to get any of my merch. I'm actually currently wearing one of my shirts right now.
That's what I was trying to do like the TV show, how do we get the merch? That I was gonna go in that awesome t-shirt, promotional thing, seeing QVC. I'm like, and how do we get that lovely t-shirt you're wearing? Awesome. before we go, if there was any, as we had in the crowd, the aspiring referee or anybody that is watching this later on, if they wanted to get into the business, to be a referee, manager, whatever, so on and so on, what kind of advice would you have for them?
Honestly, don't wait. Don't second guess yourself. Just find a local school somewhere within like an hour of where you live and just go check it out.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It really means a lot. Definitely want to wish you good luck on your wrestling journey. Definitely would love to have you come back on the podcast next year, or like maybe before the end of the year is up. Definitely have I know you may have more stories, and you may have a title to bring with you, because I didn't mention you're a 2-time title holder. So
I am a 2-time champion now, and it was my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me on. I would love to come back.
I hope I made you feel super comfortable. That's why I couldn't want to
Absolutely.
Everybody feels differently about being on a podcast, and this one's like we're hanging out, like we're having wings, just chilling. You know?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm Joe Panther III.
And I am Kayda Cyn.
And we will catch you in the next one. To the heart.